right, that's the Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth. Now we're going to Old South Pancake House, which is a place that used to smell like cigarette smoke. And that's where you'd drop off plays or scripts and talk about Austin. Women painting women. Free on Fridays. Go on Friday. We're going to get some Old South Pancake House. Passing Still Magnolias. We found out some stuff about Julia Roberts. She does have a daughter named Hazel, who's not in the industry really yet, but maybe getting ready.
You saw by the store.
Which store?
7-Eleven or something.
Reba is coming. Right here.
Oh, see, I told you it was expiring today.
Yeah, it's expiring.
See, I knew it. It was here about 3 months. Well, actually, almost 4.
So, Still Magnolias is playing. Yes, Julia Roberts was in the movie, but there's some stuff about it. Julia was not originally going to be cast in Still Magnolias. It was going to be a Winona Ryder, but they chose Julia Roberts because they liked her production, or they liked her performance in Mystic Pizza. So they said, let's go with Julia Roberts. She walked in, smiled, waved at everybody, and then they cast her. And she was in the movie Still Magnolias, which is playing right now at Casa. And Julia ended up marrying Lyle Lovitz and then divorced him and broke his heart. He was a country western singer. And then she married a cinematographer. And they have babies. And the daughter's Hazel, and she has 2 boys. There's Still Magnolias, and Bat Boy's coming back. I auditioned for that one time, Bat Boy, back when I was in my 20s. Bat Boy is coming back to Casa. We're going to Old South Pancake. All right. So, there's a rude guy. And one right behind him. There it is, Old South.
We got an hour wait. This probably isn't the best place to get a beer.
Okay, so Old South is right over here. And it's been there for a long time. Now, I only visited in the 90s. I have gone in there in like maybe late 2000s to talk about scripts, things like that. But there's a big old tree right in front of it, so it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I do this, give me a second. There we go. You can kind of see it this way. Old South Pancake House. And we'll just pull up in front of it. Gotta drink your medicine, Danny. Red rum, red rum, red rum.
That was that good stuff.
Danny's not here right now, Mrs. Torrance. Oh, Peaches. Oh man, that entrance.
Big truck.
Yeah, I know, I see it. That entrance is the worst. They haven't fixed that either. My friend did a short film here. This is Peaches right here. He did a short film about a, if you jogged around, like if you were a jogger or a cross-country runner, it was a reflector band. It was pretty good. It was like a commercial. Him and his friend did it. They were both joggers. They were both athletes. It was called Reflector Band, and it would reflect on your arm when you would jog. It was like a band. And in the thing, he gets run over. But he gets the reflector band, and when he goes jogging again, the car sees it was very funny. It sees the reflection of the reflector band, and he basically is saved by the reflector band. It saved his life. It was a little short film, and they did the commercial here at Old South, and it was in our creative writing class. We did one called Solace, which was about a guy in a wheelchair, and I think that was the one we did. It was about a guy in a wheelchair. It was about a wheelchair and a cane, He had a wheelchair and a cane, and then we did a Harvey Keitel impression for it. Well, we're gonna go in and get something. We're gonna do Old South a little later. I just wanted to introduce it, but we're just wanted to go to the outside of it. But yeah, there's been short films filmed here. Scripts have been passed.
That's a good place too.
Plays have been dropped off here. Scenes have been rehearsed. Lots of cigarette smoke. Back in the day, you'd walk in and the whole place was nothing but cigarette smoke. You couldn't even find the tables.
That's supposedly a good place too.
What, Eatsies? You want to go there?
I know, it's too expensive.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the road right now.
Don't say where we're going.
But we're going to Jack in a Box. One of our places that we hit up sometimes. Jack in the Box, which is right across the road. They've got some good French fries, like curly fries are pretty good if you're into health food. They've actually say that they're actually pretty healthy for you compared to some of the other contenders.
Every location.
Jack in. Look under this one right here.
No, it says dining
Oh
room.
look, they got a mural right here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's of the flag.
Yay.
Now there's one of the Texas flag, and they got a scene. See that scene? See the scene right there?
Yes, I'm trying to.
Sorry for that boob grace right there.
I know.
Then there's another one right there. Right there. There's another one. A mural. All right, just to let you know, there's a mural under there. Okay. Hey, what's the difference between the meat lovers?
Wait. They're on their headset.
Do you know the difference?
Hold on, say excuse me real quick.
Do you know the difference between the meat lovers or the grand sausage?
Okay, what's the difference between the grand sausage burrito and the meat lovers? That one looks like it's got the ham, bacon, and sausage. That one's probably got some tater tots in it or something.
Yeah, it has,
Or special sauce.
that one has sriracha sauce and
This one?
yeah, that one
Oh,
has
okay.
sriracha sauce and
Yeah, because it's 260 extra calories. That's what I was wondering.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So that one has sriracha.
What's the meat have in it?
The meat.
Meat sausage?
That's all three, right? Ham, bacon, and sausage.
Or meat lovers?
That looks like ham. I've had one before.
Yeah, ham, bacon, and sauce.
Yeah, okay. Thank
This
you.
one don't have no ham.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Meat
I
lovers?
can see it.
Yeah, no.
See the train crossing right here. And yeah, there's the mural. It's under there. It looks almost like it's printed. There's the other mural that looks printed too. I can't tell if it's printed or not. All right, so let's see what we got. All right. Thank you, Lord, for the burrito.
Thank you, Jesus. Well, you've been touching your phone, so my fingers are clean.
Ooh, got it sticky.
Oh, I thought it was sticks.
It's this thing right here.
That's big enough for us to share.
And it is fighting. We got some of these things. So there's this.
I'll give you the bigger piece. that touched the table. I have a flip flop now. Ooh.
This thing is fire. So
Careful, make sure it's not on. That one's yours.
which one?
That one.
Oh,
It fell on the table.
okay.
Oh, so they have picante and taco sauce. Okay. Try to make it last more than 1 minute. I thought the hash
Put some of
browns were
this.
sticks.
On her.
By the way, y'all, we're sharing.
Sharing. And this is the Zero Coke and Coke, a mixture between the two.
Somebody wants to see us eat all the way. Just one bite.
Oh, you would be surprised. You'd be very surprised. It's the new wave cinema. So when I was in high school, we did a short film based on the cask of Amontillado.
Cast.
The cast of Amontillado. Is it the cast?
Sound like you said cask. It's cast.
Okay, we'll look it up later. But she's saying it's cast of Amontillado. I'm saying it's cask of Amontillado. We'll have to look it up.
Oh.
The cask, like the casket, it's the cask of Amontillado. It's a Edgar Allan Poe short story, and we did it. It was called The Holding Place.
Jeez
I wrote it pretty much. What is it? Apple.
God, look at all those people.
That's Apple.
I think Apple just opened up.
Yeah, it's
wow.
And we did it right over here. This parking garage was going to be in it. There was going to be an elevator that he walls him up. Jordan was in it. He played this like homeless guy. And Rob was in it, and it was right here at this where this Denny's was, right there.
That used to be a Denny's?
Yeah, and then the other chick was at Mildred let me use her father's video camera. And we did it right here. Jordan started off that telephone pole right there. Walked all the way across to Denny's, sat down with Rob. Rob was playing like a movie review guy. Jordan was like a stalker guy that was kind of like this, like Kane, you know, a wanderer, a transient. Sits down and he tells him, life is always better with butter. And he butters his bread. True story. Later on, Robert Eggers referred to that in The Witch. It happened right here. Mildred Henson let me use her video camera. This is where the Denny's was. It was one of our first big high school projects that we were gonna do. That parking garage was gonna be used in it. It was very not like that. It was a different type of parking garage. There was an elevator, and we were gonna use the elevator, and there was gonna be a thing where he walls him up under the elevator. And we didn't know how we were gonna do that scene. But we did do the opening scene in this elevator, this parking garage. We used to skate the parking garage too. So we got some shots on a skateboard. It's on this parking garage right here. They've modernized the parking garage. It was just very basic parking garage. But we used to skate it. I think they changed the whole thing. This parking garage right here. But we had skateboarded the parking garage, and it was going to be the Cask of Amontillado. The remake version was going to be called The Holding Place. And Bobby Skez and Jordan, his last name was McKnight. And he was in it. He had a trench coat. Well, no, it wasn't a trench coat. It was a pea coat. We wore pea coats. He had a pea coat in the scene. Mildred has the original footage of that. But this looked completely different. The whole entire parking garage was not like this. But in the actual remake of Cask of Amontillado, there is a scene in it where there is an elevator. And Bobby Skez goes in it, the movie review guy, he goes in it. At the time, he did do a movie review improv when he was in the Denny's. It was very hard 8. And he did this movie review of something about Disney or something. He was making fun of the movie because they had this big funding. And he's had a date, and he was eating a salad, and all of a sudden this guy comes off the street, sits down, and starts having some bread with him, and butters his bread and says, "Life is always better with butter," and knew his name, tells him his name. But that footage is floating around somewhere. But anyway, that was high school. That's probably like 1992, 91, 92 maybe. I'm guessing probably 92. And Mildred, we did another scene. We did more than one scene. We did another scene at the park by the zoo down the road. And I got on the hood of the car and did the video camera and put the video camera in there on the outside of the hood so you could see us kind of driving. Or see the driver for a moment. Mildred had mixed feelings about the whole thing. I think she got upset because I was using the video camera quite a bit, and the tape too, because the tape was inside of it. Don't know if we ever really further, went further with it. Boy, I didn't know this one was this high. But I don't know for sure if we went. Look at all this right here. That almost looks like Hollywood, doesn't it? It looks like Hollywood. If you know where Mulholland Drive, it looks like the hills of Mulholland Drive. Yeah, there's a bridge out there too. Doesn't that look like Hollywood? Have you ever been to Mulholland Drive? From up here. Those are old too. That whole complex right there, it's an apartment complex. It's called the Tower. Remember? We've seen that before. On the other side of Camp Boo, that's called the Tower. Do you remember what that area is called over there on the other side of the zoo? I'm asking you.
I don't remember.
We vlogged it.
What is it?
They cut it off on the fifth floor right here.
Yes.
Yeah, they usually have these little alarms and stuff that if you try to go across, this thing will talk to you and say, please, this is the West Bend area. You don't remember what it's called?
I don't. Will you please tell me?
It's the university area.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't remember what that area is called? That's the Tower?
TW.
No, it's the Tower. It's called the Tower.
Okay. You're talking about by the college, right?
Well, it's the university area.
Christian
Right.
University.
This area, this right here is an area of Fort Worth. That's the Trinity River. That's an old bridge. It's a train bridge right over that way. That's known as the tower. The zoo is over this way. TCU is right over there, Texas Christian University, on the other side of that hill, way over there off of University. And that tower right there is further down away from TCU. Probably college students can stay there too. It's a kind of a college town. But the tower has another name to it. It's more than one name. But tower is part of its name. Yeah, this is the 5th level of the actual bridge. I'm sorry, of the parking garage. Parking garage. Of the parking garage. The 5th level of the parking garage. The staircase right here. They do have an elevator. So, this is not what it looked like in the 90s at all. There was none of this. Now this building probably was here, but the parking garage was probably over here. They moved this entire thing. They leveled it and rebuilt the entire thing. It looks nothing like it did back in the day. Yeah, this building was here. Right here. But I would say the parking garage was probably over this way. I do not think this was it at all. And they have the top part of it completely, the 6th floor is completely off. Here. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to mess with the elevator very much. We probably would have been killed. I don't know how we would have done it. You know, when you write these screenplays and you don't have a budget, you have to write around your budget. So you have to get creative. Don't know how. I had a friend named Craig Misfelt that might have been able to figure it out. He was also a filmmaker. He did Friday the 13th remakes in his basement, or his mother's house, or his father's house. Mother? 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 How does Norman Bates? Mother? 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 Anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's the same parking garage. It's not the same one. It's a remake. You doing okay?
I'm good.
How about some air?
That'd be nice.
Temperature's only Not too hot, 97. Yeah, it's called the Tower. What was fun as being a skateboarder is skating it. And you can hold the camera and just zoom down here. This is a skater. It's like this. This one would be a slow skate. You could still do it. That's probably to slow down the skater right there. We could get a lot of speed in that other parking garage. This one would be a little bit harder. You could get, of course, you could get quite a bit of speed here too. Man, if it was the same parking garage as this one, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised. I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the same. They rebuilt it. They rebuilt all of this right here. The West Bin is still there, which is over this way. It's still there. But the parking garage was steeper. It was more incline. It was faster. It didn't have all of these turns like this. It was the incline. I think it was only like 4 floors. Was far more of an incline. You get dangerous speeds going down this thing. When we were, young kids in the early 90s, probably 1992 is what I'm thinking. Is when the cask of the Monte Alto / the holding place launched. There's an open elevator right there. Yeah, he puts him, the homeless guy puts him under the elevator. And then the elevator, in the last sequence, this guy's great. The last sequence is just the elevator opening and closing and people getting in. So you can't hear him because he tapes his mouth shut and it like ties him up and puts him up under. Same thing as the cask of Monte Alto, only he does it with a wall. We were going to do it with an elevator, so he's underneath the elevator throughout the entire thing. Look at that artwork right there. What's that say? Happy something? Oh, Happy Trails.
No.
Happy Trails. Nah, it wasn't this one, but it was one that was similar. It'd be cool if that parking garage was still around. And the Denny's is also not there anymore either. They turned it into something fancy. Something fancy called Silver Fox. And there's the West Bin. The West Bin was, because the guy was a business guy. He was on a date at the opening of the movie. It was a little short we were working on. He was on a date.
Matching mother and daughter.
And he takes her to Denny's. And he takes her to Denny's. He takes her to Denny's. And this homeless guy shows up. I don't remember the characters' names. And I can hear it though. I can hear him say his name. Because we had character names. I can hear him say it, but I can't recall it on the tongue. I can hear it in my head.
Hey.
Don't remember if Rob came up with the name or not for the guy's name. But I can hear it in my head. I can hear Jordan saying his name. Happened right here. And I told Jordan, I said, Jordan, stand right there by that telephone pole right there. When I wave at you, walk across the street and go into the Denny's. And he did it. He was standing there with his pea coat. He walked across, and that's where the Denny's were. The Denny's was right there.
Where it was.
It was right there.
Yeah.
It was really cool. That was our first one. Rob was just improvising like crazy with that crazy lady. She was in the drama department. Everyone, she wasn't really. She went to Canada. She wanted to study acting. She she seemed to be allegedly very promiscuous in high school. She helped a guy out in the loft. This ex-football player that joined the theater department. And don't know her name. But I know that Rob and her were in the scene, and Jordan was in the scene. And then later on that year, she helped out the theater department. She wasn't in any major roles, but I think she was in some of the plays. And then she was shipped off to Canada. I think she ended up moving to Canada or up north, close to Canada. I'll see if I can recall that name. Remember Jordan's, I remember Rob's, I remember their full names and stuff. But can't recall her name. It was fun. It was like a little short film. Right off of...
Hey, we're not going to go inside?
Well, we can look on the menu online.
Oh, I knew you weren't going to do it.
You want to go in there? This is university.
You always do what you...
Yeah, we can. You're just going to have to jump on that, Linda. It's amazing what names you can recall and what names you can't. And then a certain day will go by and then you can recall their name. Her name, I can recall sometimes and then sometimes not. You know, it's that kind of thing when I go back. Your friends that you never forget, you always know their full name, sometimes even their birthdays. But her name, I can only pretty much recall in my head. I can hear it in my head. Just like I can hear Jordan saying the character's name at Denny's to Rob. I can hear it in my head, very, very clear, but it cannot make it to my tongue. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Very strange. Very strange. I don't know if she made the album for our annual or end of the year annual. I don't know if she made that annual. But I can hear it. It's weird that it won't come out. It's weird. Back to Old South. If you try other names, it's worse. So if you try a bunch of other names thinking you get that name, it's sometimes worse. There's the Peaches again. It'd be hard to do this edit. Yeah, I have to really focus on it so I don't erase other footage. Because a real chance when you do that, when you go back and you film the same thing again on a vlog, it's sometimes you can erase it because of how the footage is. Yeah, this one's going to be a long one. This is Old South. We're just going and looking at the menu since we already ate.
It's going way too long.
Came up with a screenplay called The Dolphin, the Dancer, and the Dreamer. And me and that lady that I can't remember her name, we actually read, we would do readings of the screenplay here at Old South and in my bedroom. It's not a joke.
Alright, just look real quick.
Thank you. No, what do you like over there?
I don't care. Yeah, right there when I was like I said, food.
Well, I'm new to the company, but one manager said I could work today, but she didn't communicate with the other ones, I guess.
Pancake, here.
Some stuff for about $7-8. Omelets, $8.79. I think my man was like 10. They seem really nice. You said you worked at the one in Lubbock? Or you used to go to the one in Lubbock?
When I was traveling to Kansas City, Missouri for a championship for a band.
Oh, I played clarinet. What'd you play? Flute?
I was saxophone for my band.
Oh, saxophone. Oh, cool.
I play oboe. I do a band at my school.
Oh, okay.
I was traveling and I saw the place and I lived in.
They do have some good breakfast. My ex-boyfriend and I, we would go there for breakfast. We'll have to come back when I get my first paycheck. The prices don't seem too bad.
All we get is chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak is what we get. This thing right here.
Yeah, you could probably
See if they have 2 chicken fried steaks.
No, they have chicken fried chicken and they have chicken fried steak. Chicken fried steak's more gritty-ish.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. See if they have 2 different versions of it.
Probably just one size. Probably just dinner. I don't think they have lunch things. Well, I've never heard of Dutch baby. That's a mini
that's super
version
cheap.
of our world famous German pancake.
They have a cheap chicken fried steak. It's right here.
That's for a senior. We're not quite there yet.
I know, but how would you order it if you're a regular person?
Well, right here.
Oh, okay, so.
You'll be a senior in 5 years. Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. Oh god.
In 5 years, I'll be a senior? What is senior?
55 right here.
Yeah, it's on the
It's 55?
55 and older.
Oh gosh.
It's 55 and older? I just realized in 6 years, I'll be a senior. I'll be able to get
Say it's
discounts
about 20%.
at Old South and stuff. In 6 years. A lot of my teachers are dead.
Oh, this has got like a little cracking down. Steven's nasty.
All right, let's go. Let's take off.
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy to think about. In 6 years, I'll be. You can go here and get pretty much, if you want to tour Fort Worth, go to Old South and you can pick up everything and where you want to go right here from Waco, which is exactly Fort Worth. The Kimball Art Museum, Tanger Outlets, to Six Flags Over Texas.
You get a discount if you pay cash.
And you get a discount if you pay cash.
Oh, but over here, city of Fort Worth. Ooh, a railroad.
There's a railroad exhibit.
Oh, that's in Colorado.
That's the railroad? Here's something new that I haven't seen. This is all kinds of Fort Worth stuff. Here's Plano. This is where Linda's from. Visit Plano, Linda.
Thanks.
Yeah, we can go to Plano High School, see where Linda hung out.
Hey, did we go to the Civil War Museum?
Yeah, we did do that.
The skate game.
Yeah, we did do that.
Some of these can be so old. I mean, still people are still dealing with COVID stuff.
Yeah, you never know. This one's still going on though, right here. We just passed it earlier.
Which one?
The Language of Beauty in African Art. There's something in Odessa right here.
Just like fill. You know what I'm saying?
This is actually
Look,
Lubbock.
they look so happy. Look at that chick. She's probably famous right there.
Look how much Lubbock stuff they have. Lubbock is actually a pretty good one. This is a map of Lubbock. You know who's in Lubbock right now? Rebecca Gilman, the writer of The Glory of Living. She basically made Jeffrey Donovan's career. Rebecca Gilman, she's a playwright. I'm taking this Lubbock one. She's in Lubbock right now. She's a teacher of the playwriting in Lubbock. Yep, at Texas Tech. Still can't recall that girl's name.
Oh, didn't you get a hold of her? You want to get her on?
Rebecca Gilman, no, I have
No,
not.
who's the one
I've seen
that
her
you wanted
play.
to sign the
Philip
book?
Seymour Hoffman directed Glory of Living off Broadway. Rebecca Gilman was the playwright. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's passed away, the father of Cooper Hoffman, he directed it. Probably 2001, 2002.
Whose
October.
autograph did you want a month ago? Who was
It was
that?
October 2001. Rebecca Gilman,
There
she's a
you go. I
playwright.
just asked you the question and you weren't answering it.
Because it took me time to recall.
There you go. So her name was Rebecca. All
Rebecca
right.
Gilman.
Aren't too many people
This is
coming in.
also,
There you go.
look, check this out. Regan Tower information right here. All right, come on, let's go. Rolling. I mean, they are rolling, dude. Rolling through. There's no one coming in right now, though. Nah, there's more of them. It's a church crowd. Good timing. Hey, we're talking about Rebecca Gilman in Lubbock. Okay. Well, that was Old South Pancake House, open 24 hours. It's a family restaurant. And Linda, we did a lot today. Linda was supposed to work today, but it became her day off, and we got to go
Well,
to
I picked up a shift, so it's not like I was in trouble or something.
we got to go to the Modern Art Museum to look around and to exhibit women painting women. We also got to look a little bit at Casa Manana and talk about Julia Roberts' film and Still Magnolias. And we got to go to the parking garage where I made a short film in 1992-ish with a video camera, Mildred Henson's video camera. We got some of this stuff from Old South. What else did we do? Oh, Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
Was Jack in the Box pretty good?
that's okay. Something to eat.
You think it would be better than Old South? Okay. It's hot. Bluetooth is going to kick in. Turn that off. Never mind. No, it's not going to kick in. The reason why is because...
Ooh.
Oh, and welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. If this is the first time that you're coming through, if this is your first time, I suggest maybe check out Tampa J and Chris the Girl. They have a pretty good introduction. And maybe even to check out Adam the Woo, who designed these types of shows for YouTube. And maybe Jordan the Lion, too. Those are really good ones. And if you like the Carpetbagger, you know, that's your thing. If you're into that kind of weird, if you're into health food and roadside attractions. If you're into eating hearty and roadside attractions. All right. All right, here we go. We're gonna give it a try. And all right, Critter. Ooh. Oh, you see Critter turn around? Look at Critter. His eyes are orange.
Is the sun so hot?
Yeah, he turned orange.
What, the eyeballs?
Yeah, he's Mr. Orange.
He's always been orange.
No, he hasn't.
Christy.
He hasn't always been that color.
He hasn't been orange?
No, you don't want to pull it like that. He's gonna go back to sleep. Here. Critter. Yeah, he turned orange. He's got a little bit of shade in there.
It's called Rosedale.
Yeah, Critter turned orange. All right. Please subscribe.